Good morning.
Good morning.
I breakfast on the go this morning. Paul's in Geneva, school run, back, was rushing around trying to sort of like, I had half an hour. I thought, right, let me get some bits out to pack for New York tomorrow. And then I was like, crap, podcast, run to the fridge. And then all I could see was grapes, and I really didn't want grapes. You know, when you just want to eat like a slice of toast or something. I didn't have time. So I'm sitting here looking at the grapes, but it's fine. I'll get something to eat after. How's your morning been?
Yeah, fine. Bit hectic, usual school, kids out the door. You know, some mornings, right, I stand there, like we have like a bit of a routine in our house, obviously as most houses do. And when I'm standing doing the bottles, like washing up Margot's bottles in the night before and stuff, and like it's all going on in the house, like where's this, where's that, blah, blah. It's just the same every morning. Like it's everyone's house is as hectic as mine, because I just think, is this a normal house in the morning? Like I question it all the time, thinking, does this go on in everyone's house? And like there's always a drama with the kids. Like, what was it this morning? Arthur didn't want his hair brushed, didn't want me to brush his hair. Like I put all his uniform on him. Within 5 minutes, you know, like when they come out of school at the end of the day and they look really scruffy, everything's untucked, the tie's everywhere. And that's what he looked like. And I was like, you haven't even got to school yet. Nellie's like, I think I mentioned this before, walking around like an alarm clock, like tick tock, time's going on, like, you know, like it's like, ugh. But anyway, got myself a coconut latte, which you've introduced me to.
I inspired you. Well done. Is it a nice one?
Yeah, really nice. It's lovely.
I think people underestimate the barista coconut milk in your coffee, because actually I've done a little bit of research into it, and like oat and almond they're actually really sugary. They're actually like quite fattening.
Yes.
It's a lot of sugar.
About oat milk the other day.
And I actually was drinking oat for a very long time. And then when I was reading all this stuff, I was like, anyway, so coconut is actually really nice in coffee. So even if you don't like coconut water, it's a different taste, isn't it? It's like, it's just really creamy.
Do you know what as well? It is creamy. And also, I really like, in terms of coffee, I really like a latte. And latte is obviously loads of milk. And I find sometimes if I have a normal latte, I feel really bloated after, because it's
curdling
so much
in
milk.
your tummy.
Yeah, and I know this is probably not great, but I had 2 of these yesterday because I was like, had that Monday feeling, you know, like you need the energy.
Yeah.
And didn't make me feel bloated at all. It was really quite enjoyable.
So, that's good. And on your madness mornings, Paul was in Spain for 3 days. I actually see him yesterday for like 12 hours, and he's gone again for a trip for work. And me and Paul, like, honestly, I know I spoke about it before, but we are seriously passing ships at the moment. Anyway, so the morning, I don't know what happened. I got everything wrong. And then when the kids got home from school, they was like, basically I put Rosie's snack box in Paul's bag. Like, why did I do that? Their bags are totally different. He's got all boys' key earrings hanging off it. She's got pink fluff and all sorts of things hanging off hers. That was step 1. Number 2, Paul went, you didn't send in my games kit. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, darling. He went, I had to do games in my uniform. And it was like really like devastated.
Samantha, I had exactly the same situation yesterday. I got the phone call from Greg at 8:45. He went, Arthur's in his school uniform, his whole line, he's wearing a PE kit, and he's been really crying in the line. So he usually does PE day on a Tuesday. I missed it on the mum's chat on the Sunday. One of the mums put on, just so you know, PE swapped this week. It's on Monday. Like, why did the school do this to us? It's really confusing. Then Greg made me feel worse. You know, like you think, come on, it's one little slip up. Like, he went, you know, just put me on the mum's chat. And I was like, hold on a minute, like, come on, I've made one small mistake. Like, you're making out as if I'm getting everything wrong all the time. And like, I felt really bad. So I picked them up from school yesterday, and like Arthur come walking out of his teacher, actually, he's usually at the back of the queue, but he was at the front. And I said to his teacher, I'm so sorry about this morning. She was like, oh no, it's fine. We found him a PE kit, you know, like when they have to wear the school PE.
Oh no.
Right, I had to really, because you know what Arthur's like, if you laugh at him, he gets the
ump. Yeah, he gets the ump, yeah.
Right, so he come out, the shorts were like based
like basketball they were shorts,
basket. They were well past the knees, like really big, and then the top was like really washed out. And you know, you think,
oh bless him.
He had his school shoes on with it. I was like,
child.
oh no. Poor kid, but it's all right.
That they do get really precious. And Paul had the same attitude, actually, because yesterday he was like, on a Monday, he goes in uniform and then the PE kit's got like all the different kits and boots and stuff for the whole week. I said, yeah, but I referred to the group chat and it was saying, I don't know anyway, but Paul again gave me stick for it. And I was like, it's only once. Actually, it was twice. I actually forgot the swim kit on Friday, but I rang the school and they said it's okay. The swimming pool's having maintenance. I was like, yes, because I was going to have to go home, get it and take it because I don't know what they'd give him. I don't know if it'd fit or not. And I was like, right, okay, that's fine. I've got away with that one. But no, the logistics of the school uniform, PE kits and did I tell you about what happened with the money for the book day? Did I tell you this?
No.
So there was like a book sale on Friday and Paul's like, I need some money. I was like, okay, darling. Cash, you never know these days, do you? Cash, credit
bank
card,
transfer, check.
And
can you tap?
Yeah, can you double tap? I went, oh yeah, okay. What do you need? £5, £10? And he was like, no, I need £20. And I went,
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I went, a book probably doesn't cost much more than £10. Like, depending on, you can get them for like, what, £5.99. So, anyway, he was like, no, I need 20 quid. And I went, no, you don't, darling. I said, look, I'll give you a £10 note and I'm pretty sure you'll probably come home with change. Anyway, Paul stepped in. I haven't got change. So just give him the 20. What did he come home change with? £15. He spent £5. I went, look. The value, I was trying to understand like the money situation. I was like, why am I bothering? But like all of it, there's so much to do, isn't there? The school, Rosie said this morning, Mummy, we need to take in 2 to 3 books that we don't want any more for the charity. And I was like, you're telling me this when we're about to walk out the door. Like, and obviously, I'm getting that snug kind of TV kids room done. Everything's in the loft. I was thinking, I went, darling, there's no way Mummy's running up to the loft right now, grabbing 2 old dusty books. I said, I haven't so let's do it tonight and we'll take it in tomorrow because I think it's for next week.
Yeah.
But so much to remember.
Oh, so much to remember. Like, I don't ever remember when we was at school
being this intense.
As much because also there was, I don't think like there was mum group chats at,
no, it wasn't.
Like, when
there wasn't WhatsApp,
school.
was there? There wasn't.
Like it's so. I do find it pretty intense. Like it's like a whole other schedule that you need to remember. And
what I think it should be is at the end at the end of each term it should just be like a big packet or a home letter to let everybody know what's coming up for the following term, and everyone just follow that. Like, why is there always so many changes?
So many changes.
So much to remember. And like...
It is so much.
We have 2 kids. Imagine when Margot and then Edward.
Yeah. It's going to be 3 people's schedules to do. School schedules.
Anyway. This is funny. So last week, remember I was going to the farm after we'd done podcast?
Yes.
Have you ever watched pig racing?
No, but I see something on your story and it really made me laugh.
Hilarious. Right, so we walked in, just like a local farm. She was like, have a lovely day. Oh, don't forget to go to the pig race. It starts in 5 minutes. I was like, yes, this sounds interesting. So I've walked over there and everyone's like, it's like a small track almost. And everyone was like hovering around and there was like a couple of school trips, loads of kids. Like, anyway, I was like, oh, great, I've chose the wrong morning to come. Anyway, so like all the pigs were getting like wild up, like behind this like wooden door. You could hear like all the squealing, like all their like, all their squeak. I was thinking, what are they doing back there? Like, and I think it was just because they knew. Basically, at the end of the track, there was like is it a trough? And there was like all their food and whatever. So that these like professional pig race must know what's at the end because they was like really excited to get out. Anyway, then they got everyone cheering. There was all these names for the pigs.
That is hilarious.
Pig names. I'll read you them. It was really funny. So I'll quickly read them because for context, it was actually hilarious. So there was like yellow, blue, red, green, purple, orange. So there was SpongeBob Pork Pants, Ariana Grande, Marcus Rashford, Luke Sky Porker, Piers Morgan, and then Porker Hunters.
That is hilarious.
So we went for Pocahontas, but it didn't win. Anyway, everyone was cheering, everyone was going mad. The pigs like belted it like all the way. It was just hilarious. You just like, I've never seen anything so bizarre.
So funny.
But the kids loved it. And then I mean, we didn't win, but that was funny. That was a bit of a highlight of my week. I just needed to share that because it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
So funny.
How funny.
So how's time been off filming? Like, what's your schedule been like this week?
Oh, it's been really quite intense, actually. Like, I think because obviously I've got more time off. A lot of that time has been filled with like other work commitments. But also,
Oh, you come to my launch event. We had that, didn't we? The 90s Adventures launch event.
Oh, that was lovely, actually. That was a really nice day out, wasn't it? That was so lovely.
I'm so glad Margot comes. She's so cute. Oh, she's so good. She's like she's been your most calmest baby.
Definitely.
By far.
She's 1,000,000%. Like, she's so easy. Like, I can take her anywhere with me. Like,
you really can.
She's like yesterday I thought I'm gonna take her on the school run with me, and literally when I mean she didn't make a peep, because you know sometimes like school runs with like babies, like it could be a bit of a risky time of day, like they might want to be napping, eating, like still like we don't have like a really like regular routine with Margot, so it's sort of like as and when. But I thought, right, get her in the car, let's go up there, get out the house. And she loved it. She was just silent, just like awake the whole time, just looking around. And then, of course, when I picked Nelly and Arthur up, then they have the row in the playground about who's pushing the pram.
I think it's because they're like very proud. And it's like, I'm pushing the pram. This is my little sister.
It's from a good place.
This. Yeah.
And I get it, but it gets a little bit like there was parents sitting there both like arguing over the pram, like pushing each other. I'm like, stop it. No, I'm pushing the pram, you know, like... trying to keep you cool in the school playground, but yeah, no, life's been really busy since filming. I actually said, since we've finished filming, we're only going to have 4 weeks off, which 4 weeks is nothing, is it? Like it's
you probably already
such
done
a small amount of time. Exactly,
so
I've got about 3 weeks left, and I'm just trying to get in loads of things like life, like boring life things, you know, like which.
Essential.
I just need to get done. But I'm trying to think. I have to look at my photos. I'm so bad.
Pay your parking fines.
Yes.
Sort
Go to the
things out with
dentist.
builders. Yeah.
Get an eye test. No, that's a really big thing what I'm trying to do.
You need to get your eye test.
Need to get my eye test. Really want to get Margot's nursery done because, so like, isn't it funny with like your first baby? Like I remember Nellie's nursery was done probably when I was like 4 months pregnant. Her nursery was fully done. Arthur, his was done as well before he was born. Margot's poor little room, he's like a dumping ground.
Yeah, but
it's like
Edward sleeps.
It's just not.
Have you seen where Edward sleeps? At the moment, he does half the night in the cot, the first part of the night in the cot in the spare room, which is, bless him, like it's a spare room and it's got all random boxes and stuff in there. And then the second half of the night, at the moment, because of the musical bed situation, always me and him are in Rosie's room, like. They really don't care. So I really wouldn't worry about it. I know it's like aesthetically pleasing for your mind and it just looks nice and you can put all their bits in there. But actually, I don't think they even care till they're like 3.
No, I completely agree with you. But I think it's more for like my, like, organised. Like I want to just be organised. Like her stuff is everywhere. And you just feel like I want it to be, I just want to feel a little bit more organised before going back into filming. Because I know when I'm in that filming mode, time is literally like gone. Anyway, on Friday, Greg and we done the sparkle walk for Haven House, which was really lovely.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, we done this.
Did you post it?
I did put something on my story, but
I missed it. Oh, that's good. How many kilometres? What did you do?
It's 10K, so it's not too bad.
Oh, what's that like? 10? How long? I don't know.
I have no idea.
7 miles?
I think something like that. But that was really lovely. Like we got there, and there's always such a nice atmosphere. Like everyone together, and then we done that on Friday night, which was really nice. And then Saturday we had some friends over, and we actually opened up the pool for the first time Saturday, and the kids all went swimming and.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because
so did you? Obviously, you've got it all heated and stuff because it was freezing, wasn't it? A few weeks ago,
it was freezing. Yeah, so it's all like there now, ready to be used for the summer.
So, are you going to get in there and have a swim, do some lengths?
Definitely. Like I feel like for me though, it's just until it warms up outside a little bit. You know, like kids don't care. Yeah, a little bit. No, last night this will make you laugh. So. Kids were like, oh, mummy, can we go swimming? It was quite nice after school yesterday, wasn't it? I was like, yeah, of course. Anyway, so both get in the pool within about 5 minutes, fighting, arguing in the pool. I went, do you know what? said, "Do you know what? Out." I was like, "Get out the pool."
Yeah.
I was like, and Greg had just got home from work as well. And so it actually escalated when Greg was going, both get out. All of a sudden I see Greg run and like jump in the pool.
No.
Like he had goggles on, like if you could have seen him. He was like,
Hilarious.
"Now get out." To both of them, had to like get them both out the pool. And that was it. Cover on, pool's done. It didn't, you just think
They
like,
sport a really nice
come
moment
on.
after school, nice swim.
Yeah, and it was really funny because Xanthi, who's my manager, she was here yesterday and stayed last night, and we was both going, like, for the first 5 minutes, like, oh, so lucky, how lovely, like, playing in the pool. Lasted all of 5 minutes. I was like, I had to get them out.
So funny.
It's not only that as well. You think, oh my God, like, what must the neighbours think? Like, they're fighting and arguing in the pool.
I think that with Maya too, and they're screaming at each other on the trampoline and stuff. I'm like, Rosie.
Do you know what it is?
Rosie's so loud. Like, the
So
scream
Izartha.
for nothing. Like, it's just like, for absolutely nothing. Like, whatever's happened.
Yeah.
But Paul does
Like,
wind her
Lily
up, and
Arthur
I do see it now. Like, I do see that what happens, but Rosie can't control it. I say, honey, walk away, give them the silent treatment. It works every time with men, but she just she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
She doesn't get it.
She doesn't get it quite yet.
Not yet.
But yeah, no, I'm just skimming through my photos, seeing what else we've been up to.
Well, I went to the beach. I know that you know this, but I'll tell
that
you
looked
what happened.
Lovely.
So nice. Obviously, Paul was away, so I've got my sister-in-law Claudia over. So my nephew, little Tony, come as well. We went to West Witheroon. So from me, it's about 50 minutes, 1 hour. It's such a lovely beach, and it's so big that like it was busy, but like everyone has got loads of their own space. You're not like on top of each other like sardines. Do you know what I mean? Like we had like a really lovely.
Yeah, it looks so nice and like.
Do you know what I was
not
thinking?
packed.
Yeah, it was really good. The day before, I was like, I actually haven't got anything beachy, so I went to Home Bargains. Have you ever been to Home Bargains?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I have been in there before, but not for stuff like this. And I was like, this is.
I haven't been
dangerous.
recently.
So they've got all beach stuff. I was like, where can I get beach stuff? Like, and I thought it's got to be somewhere like Tesco or Home Bargains, or what was the other one? The Range. Anyway, went to Home Bargains. I think I spent £60. I can't tell you what I got. I got everything you could possibly ever imagine. I got beach towels, beach balls, loads of buckets and sands. I got umbrellas, like a pink and blue beach umbrella. I got a picnic set with like all the like plates and cups. I got even one of those beach windmill things that spin round.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
A mat. Oh, I got everything. I was like, this is insane. Anyway, it was like really good, really handy to have it all. And then so me and Claudia had this like really like lovely. I was like, look, I've got all stuff pink and blue. Our setup's going to look amazing. Do you know, you just think like we're going to look all nice?
Yeah, it's going to
look. Oh my gosh, I was like, this is just. It was the beach day was lovely. Don't get me wrong, but it was a lot of effort. So like even parking up and lugging all our stuff to our beach where we wanted to set up, like, and obviously closer you are to the sea, it's obviously quite windy, so the amount of times the umbrella went the other way, do you know when it goes like inside out?
Yeah, cool.
Actually, I've got a picture of me, look, Mary Poppins, like inside out. Can you see that happened like 4 times? I was like hilarious. And then me and Claudia's like starting to write this like beach list, like things that you really must take with you that we forgot. It was like a mallet. You need a mallet. Like, why did we think we was going to be able to dig that in the sand? Like, obviously the wind's just going to bring, and actually it's quite dangerous because they've got the spike on the end. So
of course. And if it the worst is when they start tumbling along
like, could
the
you
beach.
Imagine like stabbing someone in the back or something?
Out.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was like nosing around, and then I could hear like donk 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 donk, and I turned around and I was like, that's it. What was it? I walked straight over there, and I was like, everyone had windbreakers, and I was like, we needed windbreak. We ended up moving our position from further back up the beach rather than being closer to the sea. I was like, this wind isn't going to work for us with the baby. Anyway, so when we moved up a little bit by the huts, it was perfect. Like, not even no wind, not even it was just perfect. Anyway, so I borrowed the mallet. Away we went, got all the bits in, and then we was all set up, you know, so it was good. But the kids loved it, like just running about all day. The sun was out. It was just a really lovely.
Did you go in the sea?
Me and Edward went and dipped our toes. People were swimming in the sea. Like,
was it cold?
It was freezing. So, but the others didn't really fancy it. But me and Edward went down there, dipped our toes, and Edward was like, oh, do you know that takes their breath away? I was like, he scooped him up and held him because I thought, oh, bless him, it's too cold. But like, there was kids swimming in the sea. No, But it was nice, and they've got like at that West Rittering, like we took a load of snacks and drinks, but they've also got like ice cream, fish and chips, chicken and chips, burgers. Like you can get food there. So I said to Claudia, let's not bother making loads of sandwiches and let's actually get lunch there. So we had fish and chips. Really lovely day. So I'm looking forward to like more sunny England days to do things like that, because actually the kids loved it. You know, it's like a day out in the fresh air all day. Sunshine.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I really want to come there actually with you.
Well, let's do that, because it is lovely, and from us, it's really not that far. I can get there really quick.
Yeah.
But lovely. Yeah, so I mean,
so tell us about New York, because you're off to New York tomorrow.
Yes, I'm going to New York tomorrow. We're going to a trade show. Actually, the team went on Monday, so we've got our live Billy and I are doing a live podcast chat tomorrow, aren't we? In London. So tomorrow. Today's a busy day actually, because I've got to try and sort my life out, but I've also got Edward. But Lauren's in, so she's going to be help me logistic wise, and then Rosie's got gymnastics. You know, you're just like, I need to pack anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, because Paul's not here, so tomorrow we've got in the morning we're going straight into London, because Billy and I are doing a live podcast chat at this event, which is going to be really fun. It's the first time we've done that actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the show. And then straight from there I'm flying to Heathrow Airport, get to New York. I'm there for 2 nights. I come home on the 3rd day morning. Evening rather. Then I get home. Anyway, it's a real quick trip. So it's going to be jam-packed. But I was really sort of anxious at first, thinking, how am I going to be in myself? But actually, I haven't flown on my own for years. So I'm probably going to have a lovely time.
You can get on that plane.
I know, I can sleep.
Sit there, you can sleep, you can have a coffee or a glass of champagne, you can eat food in peace.
It's going to be bizarre, because it's been years. Like I really can't think when the last... Oh, mind you, I've been to Moldova a couple of times with Louisa, but that's like a shorter flight and a bit different. But like, I'm going to actually, because the team are already there, so I'm genuinely flying on my own. So I'm going to be like, this is so weird.
That's going to be so nice, yeah. Because I know it sounds mad, but obviously it was slightly different. Mine was just like, if it was like Ryanair to Spain, you know, when I did the the shoot for the swimwear for In the Style, and I was with the team. I really to like the team. I was like, I feel really weird. Like I can just sit here and I had like a cup of tea, biscuit. I was just chatting. I was like, God, you forget how easy it is flying on your own. Like you really do. Like, well, obviously with kids, it's so full on, isn't it?
Especially after my last Dubai trip, coming home, I told you it was the worst flight I've ever done.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm really, because I was a bit like, I'm going to get there. Then you go forward out 5, however many hours it is, I can't remember. I was like, then we're going straight to dinner, like a team dinner. And I was like, I'm going to be exhausted. But then the following day, 4-day trade show. But I was like, actually, no, I'll be fine. Because if I actually get some sleep in on the flight, I'll be fine. Like I always think about how it is when you've got like all your kids with you and you're not sleeping, because all the kids like go in and out of sleep on the flight. You're constantly awake or like running up and down the aisles. So yeah, so 2 days. So we've got two days. I'm doing two days like trading, like trade show, talking to buyers and stuff, and then in the evenings, both evenings, we're going for dinner. So I'm really looking forward to it. And we're staying at the back. We're staying at the Baccarat, so the hotel me and your mum stayed at.
Good memories.
Good memories. So when I get there, I know it's going to bring back loads of memories. So it's a real flying visit. But I didn't get to go last year because I was pregnant and I didn't fancy it. So I'm actually quite excited because it's my first kind of proper trip. It's actually my first work trip for a very many years. So I'm going to enjoy it.
It's going to be lovely. Yeah, just enjoy it. Listen, it's inevitable. You're going to be a bit tired and jet lagged, but just think you've only got yourself to worry about on that trip. So
I'm just going to fully focus on it and not think so much. The kids are fine. Like they've got Paul, and so it's just I'm just going to really throw myself into it. We done a trade show last week as well in Telford with Boots, and I actually really enjoyed it. Do you feel like you sort of put yourself back out there again, you know? And it's like, John was like, because obviously John and I is my business partner. He was like, look at you. And I was like, yeah, no, I just feel like I haven't really put myself out there that much for a long time since having Edward. And it was good to get back into the swing of it.
I do think when you have a baby, I'm still in the phase of work, I'm still finding finding my feet with it since having Margot. But I think now Edward's 1, I do think it does you have got to give yourself a good year
I do,
to
100%.
to feel comfortable back in the work environment. And that's why I understand why, like, most women have a year's maternity leave. If
You're
not
just
longer.
not yourself for a very long time.
Because,
and the brain fog is like 100% the thing. Like, so even when I was at that Boots conference, I was like, you know, basically we was educating people about our collagen, our brand, and telling people like how it works, what age groups to have which product, and like, you know, everything. And for the first sort of couple of hours, I was a bit rusty, and I was like, gosh, I haven't actually done this, and I know it so well, but I haven't done this in so long, like physically speaking to people like all day. And then after lunch, I was back in it. You're like, right, I've got this. But I wouldn't have been able to do that a few months ago because I just don't think my brain was in the right space with the constant being up all night with the baby. Like, so you definitely have to give yourself a year, and sometimes even 2 years. When you think about it, even when they start walking now, like he's everywhere. You know, I'm constantly chasing around after him. You don't really get a second, but you know, it's just, I know it's a process, isn't it? But yeah, I'm excited for New York.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Yeah, so much fun.
NYC. Right, so let's get on with some bits that we've got today to talk about. So I want to read out a message from one of our listeners because it's so funny. And this is from Liz, okay? So she said, "Hi, Sam and Billie. I was recently talking to my friends about what gives us the ick. And I was really stuck for an answer. But then over the weekend, we were playing and all of a sudden it hit me. My daughter loves horses and will often ask her daddy to play horsey ride with her. He never says no and gives it his all, probably a bit too involved. Watching him crawling around, neighing and being brushed made it really hard to lay in bed with him that night, and I felt awful. Just wondering if you have any icks like this with Paul and Greg." That is hilarious. She must have been staring at him thinking, this is so not attractive.
No. Yeah.
Like, I can just imagine him really giving it some as well. Like, nay. Like,
really getting into it. Oh, I know. This is really like quite petty. But something that really bugs me is when Greg walks around the house in like a pair, like in these black pants and like black socks, you know, like socks and pants, like walking around it just really,
it's hilarious.
Black pants, and then like a pair of like let's say black socks or white, whatever, but just the socks and pants thing. I'm like,
That's really funny. I guess this is I don't know if it's an ick, but it's something that really irritates me, right? So you know how like clean and tidy Paul keeps the cars?
Yeah.
It's like, it's such a thing that one little wrapper or anything, right? So obviously he went to the beach. He wasn't here. He was away. So he's got back yesterday. So there's a million things to do, by the way. Like, you know, he's back for best part of one day. Then he went off again this morning, like 5:30. A million things to do. Kids are at school. Quick bit of like, you know, chatting, bit of Edward. He's out in the car hoovering the sand grains.
No.
Yeah, from the beach from the weekend. Like,
That's
just like,
funny.
he was like, but
priorities.
But he's like, you know, but how can you bring this much sand back with you? I said, we have 4 children with us.
Yeah.
Loads of stuff. Obviously, we're going to bring back some sand. Anyway, but I don't just think like there is really so much more to be doing than you out there with the handheld Dyson hoovering up sand. Like, honestly.
That is hilarious.
So the car thing's annoying. And actually, this made me laugh. So we went to Paul's friend's event yesterday for lunch. I don't know. This has never happened before. We got onto the A3, just Paul and I. It was driving, having a quick catch up, talking. All of a sudden, it was like it was like the biggest... That wasn't the right noise. That's not the right noise. It was like loads of splats. Basically, must have been like a shawl of seagull. I don't know what it was. There was about 8 splats of shit, like bird shit, on the windscreen in one go.
I bet he was going out of his mind.
He went, what the? It was like literally like, we were just trying to see what happened because I'd never seen that before. But it was like all across the front of the thing. But it was so funny. And I was thinking... the sand in the car, now bird shit all over the car, but yeah. But it made me giggle because I was like, only that would happen to you just after you've discovered all the sand.
All the sand. That's karma. That's because he's having a go at you about the sand. That happened.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, come off it. I was like, you don't even realise how tough the beach was. Let there be some sound. So loads of you on Instagram got involved too. So let's read through some of them. Okay, so Isabella said, when my boyfriend works from home and puts his headset on with the tiny microphone attached.
I get it.
I get that.
That would bug me. That would bug me.
Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, do you want to read the next one? Can you see?
Yeah, I can see. Hannah said when men jump up and down at concerts.
Yes.
Yes, that's annoying.
That's really, that's an ick. Okay, next one. The way my husband asks Alexa to turn the lights off, he speaks like she's an actual person. Alexa, turn the lights off.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Emma said when boys get out of the back seat of a 3-door car and they're too tall to climb out.
Sarah said a grown man eating quavers. That's hilarious. I get that. I get all of them. I love the icks.
Yeah.
Send us more. Send us more.
They're really
icks
funny.
About grown men. They're really funny.
Katie said, this is really funny, when men overfill a fajita and all the filling falls out of the bottom.
Do you know what? I'm guilty of that. Have you ever had one of those like naan wedges and they're so moorish, but you're like really digging in, all of a sudden like at the bottom, like all the curry sauce is falling out?
No, I haven't had one of those.
A naan wedge. Right, sorry, it sounds really pretentious, but in the Harrods Food Hall, you're missing out on life, right?
What?
If ever you're in London or if you're... Because sometimes if me and Paul are in town, we don't need to go shopping. I don't really like shopping anyway, but we'll go to the food hall in Harrods just to get the naan wedge. It is...
No, is it really nice?
Amazing. They make it in front of you. You can tell what you want. You can say, I want this, that, you know, whatever you want.
I feel like I need to go.
I could eat one right now even thinking about it.
So could I.
But it's one of them. It will dribble out the bottom if you don't eat it quick enough.
You just got to go for it.
Go for it. Okay, so Lois says, when grown men eating little yogurts with teaspoons. This is like such dad stuff, isn't it? It's like, right, okay, isn't it?
Yeah. Emily said, when their swimming trunk pockets fill up with water in the pool. I know what you mean, when it all goes puffy.
That's funny.
It's hilarious.
Okay, they're great. Keep them coming, guys. Email them to Sam and Billie at crowdnetwork.co.uk or just DM us on Instagram. Okay, right, here we go. Dilemmas. You go for it. You read it.
Dear Sam and Billie, I have a dilemma and can think of no one better than you two to help me out. My partner and I met over 7 years ago and are engaged and have a house together in Surrey. We're looking to start a family but need to move house first. He wants to stay in Surrey as it's closer to his family, but I want to move to Essex, which is closer to home for me.
Stay in Surrey.
What should we do? Go to Essex. You need your mum.
Stay in Surrey. It's the best ever.
Oh, no, it's so hard.
It is hard.
I know how much you love Surrey, and actually when I come over to Surrey and I come to visit you and stuff, I'm like, and I say to a lot of people, like, it's so lovely over there. Like, I totally get it. Like, it's so many nice, like, restaurants, places to go.
Just to add on this, like, obviously we moved to Surrey, we didn't know a soul. Obviously all our family are in Essex, and actually Gail now lives in London. So we moved with not being around any family at all. And we've made it work. We've built our own friendship groups and our little, like, kind of community, if that's what you say. And we absolutely love it. But look, it's tough because it is far. We're not talking about the north part of the country, but like it's a good hour and a half without traffic. So with traffic can be horrendous. But you just, it depends on, like, obviously they haven't even got a family yet. So you could probably, like, if you, I don't know, it's really hard because
I think it depends. It depends on your situation as a couple as well, and also like what support, like when you start a family, it's like what support you think you need around you, like in terms of, like, I don't know, like are you gonna be having the babies and then going back to work soon, or are you gonna need help with childcare?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're gonna see enough people? Because I do think when you have a baby, I think that you need your family around you and you need friends. Like, obviously for you it's different because you had Paul, you still lived in Essex. You had Rosie, you was in Hertfordshire. And
so it wasn't too far.
Edward, and by the time you had Edward, you already had quite a good friendship group and stuff. So I don't know, I feel like
So
I feel like it's important to feel supported when you start a family and having people around you. I feel like that's quite a big... that
exactly.
would be a big thing for me.
And obviously she's thinking she wants to be near her mum and family, but obviously if his mum are in Surrey as well, I guess she has got family. But there's a couple of things. Paul and I are always on the same page. Like, we was both really excited to live in Surrey. So, like, we both really wanted to live in Surrey. Like, we didn't have, like, one of us wanting to still live in Essex or in Hertfordshire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a joint decision. And actually, that's a big thing. So I think you both need to come to some sort of agreement. And actually, another thing, what we done, which you could do, depending on, like, obviously how things are with you financially. But, like, we always kind of wanted to live in Surrey, but we done a stepping stone to Hertfordshire. So we rented. So we rented in Hertfordshire. And then when we moved to Surrey, we also rented in Surrey for a year and a half, I think. So, like, we didn't want to put all our eggs in one basket, spend loads of money buying a house and stamp duty and, you know, feel tired, when actually we thought, let's just be sensible here, you know, rent for a bit until we really know where we want to live. So if that's an option, I would do that, because, for example, I was like, let's do Hertfordshire. Lovely, not too far. We're out a little bit from Essex. We wanted to move out. I was like, you know, it's not, and I obviously had my friend Louisa there and stuff, but it wasn't right for us. And I'm so glad that we didn't buy, because we was looking to buy the whole time we was renting. Anyway, and then when we moved to Surrey, I was like, right, well, again, let's rent for a year and let's get to know the area, get to know how we're feeling. And then we only obviously bought this house just over a year ago. So it has took us all that time. But now I think we made the right decision. So if I could give any advice and you're not sure, I wouldn't rush into buying something, or just kind of, I think that's fair advice.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to Ask Us Anything. Okay, so Billie, what's the best and worst thing about having your life filmed?
So best thing, I think, for me is having, like, the best home movie ever, watching the kids back, little moments. Like, there's a moment coming up, it's in the finale episode, where I wean Margot for the first time, and the shots, and, like, I could have cried watching it, like it was like fitting, like, her little face, you know, like there's so many amazing moments captured, which I know we capture a lot on our iPhones now, but actually to have all of that, it's like, it is like the best home movie ever. And actually
it really
all of our
is.
kids, they love watching it back and kind of like reminiscing, and I'd say that's a complete bonus of the show, like, that you do have like this amazing home movie.
Paul and Rosie love watching you. We spoke about it before. They love watching old episodes. They absolutely love it.
Yeah, so do I too. Like, when they're all younger, they were so funny, like, so funny. The worst thing has to be, you are putting your life out there, and you have to accept that you're going to be judged, good or bad, by a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And I've always had I think you do grow a thick skin over the years, don't you? Where there's really stuff that really, people can have their opinions. Like, for example, in the first episode of this series, I actually got quite a lot of stick, people saying to me, which is the first time I've ever had this, people saying like, oh, you know, all you do is moan at Greg, blah, blah, blah. And actually it was quite intense. But I think what a lot of people seem to forget is, at that time, I had a 4-week-old baby. And I was filming. Greg was being doing
and obviously
things to
people
annoy
were
me,
only
left, right, and
seeing
centre.
1 hour out of a whole week, let's say.
Absolutely. So there's that downside of it. And also, you know, because we do, and we always say this, you have to give it all. If you're filming a reality TV show, it's all or nothing. You can't filter out anything. And Greg and I, this series, we've really it has been quite a lot adjusting as a family of 5, and I think
it's huge.
That it's definitely had a strain on like certain things, like me and he wants to go away and do stuff and this and that, and then it's like I'm like, well, you know, it's harder now, you know, I've got a baby, I'm working, 2 other kids to look after, and I think that you are exposing your relationship
absolutely
for everyone to be judged. Watch and judge,
and also
then,
like. Everybody knows it's not perfect. Could you imagine the people that are actually commented, okay, well, let's see what it would be like in the life of you for a week. Like, you know, obviously it's a TV show as well, but you know what, you can't even get bogged down with that kind of stuff and those kind of comments, because majority of people love it. They love that how real you are, and, you know, it makes people feel very sane and normal, that actually it is tough working and bringing children up and just juggling life. And actually, Yeah, but I can understand how sometimes you can think, oh, great, like, you know, I'm getting all this stick. And you don't want to have to prove yourself, like, hold on a minute,
No,
I've got a 4-week-old baby,
not.
you know, I'm working, I'm not sleeping.
Sometimes there's
go.
certain situations with filming, you just have to take it on the chin.
You do have to
and
let
that's
go.
It.
Yeah,
you have to let it go. You can't let it get to you. And sometimes it takes quite a lot to do that, because if you're having a bad day and then you're reading loads of like negative comments about yourself, you kind of think like you get a bit fed up with it. But I mean, the good definitely outweighs the bad.
Yeah,
when it comes to filming.
That's fair.
But I think we're just I mean we're so like used to it now. It's like crazy, isn't it? Anyway, next question. How did Sam make the decision to have home births? I really want one, but I'm such a what if person. It's me, isn't it?
You're coming to the right person here. So obviously, in a nutshell, because I don't want to go on too long, because this is quite a big question, really. But I think if you are low risk and you're very kind of, if you look, she's already saying that she wants to do it, then I would 100% go for it. And you can always change your mind. You know, the process is great. You have your midwives at home. They explain everything to you. I personally feel really comfortable, and I find that I don't like hospitals, and I feel like if I don't have to go in hospital for anything in life, I don't want to. And the fact that I've been able to have the opportunity to have my babies at home, that was the only option for me. Obviously with Paul I got transferred in, which was not a drama, but I still tried with Paul. But then I had Rosie and Edward at home, and they were amazing. Billy, you've been there at both of them. It's so calm and it's so relaxing. You're in your own space and environment. You are more relaxed. And I just feel like the midwives that do your home births are just amazing. There's no intervention. You know, they just let you labour. They're there to support you. If you need, you can have whoever you want over. You're in bed with your brand new baby within minutes of having them. Like, there's so many pros, but I absolutely understand that it's actually quite daunting, because a lot of people wouldn't have that same view on it as me. I would definitely start the conversations up with your hospital, your midwife, and actually all your appointments are at home as well. So it's so much nicer, such a nicer environment. 100% go for it. And if at the last hurdle you really don't want to, you can have your baby in hospital. Like, it's actually not it's not like a done deal, you know? So okay, so that's that. Okay, last question. What are your favourite types of places to go to with the kids, etc.? Restaurants, theme parks, zoos. I really recommend the beach.
Beach, yeah. My two really enjoy an arcade as well.
Yeah, arcades are fun. We haven't got one around here, actually.
Arcade, yeah. My two love an arcade.
Yeah, winning those tickets and getting that shit present at the end, which is like,
don't.
You have to spend loads of money.
About £50 to get a refresher.
Yeah, you're like, just get that, just buy you that in a second. Oh, it's crazy.
Restaurants,
Pizza Express on a Friday after school.
Yeah, somewhere like quick where you haven't got to be sat there for ages with them.
Yeah.
Or even maybe like, not that there's any round here, but like a restaurant with a nice garden, you know, like if you've got like a nice pub restaurant, it's probably more convenient.
Yeah, we done that recently after school. Me and a few of the mums, we all went to a pub restaurant, and the kids just had like chicken and chips and stuff. We had a couple glasses, and there was like a park there. So it was just like when you think
more
of
relaxing.
the kids, rather than trying to go somewhere like fancy, it just is so much easier, isn't it? It's like
completely. Yeah.
So just quickly before we go, remember I asked you, didn't I, to do a quick live podcast with me over in Surrey in July? Remember, I was like, can you do us a big favour? So basically, there's a local... I just want to... the reason why I'm speaking about it, because the tickets are live now, and I just wanted to chat about it a little bit. So there's a charity in Cobham where we live, and charity that's quite close to my heart. It's called Oasis Children Charity. They're hosting an event in July. So let me just read a bit of information. They're calling it Oasis Fest, and Billy and I are going to be on the stage doing a live podcast. Actually, it's the first time we've done this, isn't it? This could be a little warm up when we want to go on tour next year, if we make it. So it's going to be Sunday the 2nd of July from 6 p.m. And just to give you a little bit of an insight, there's obviously there's a live show from Louise Redknapp. Billy and I are doing a live podcast. There's fairground games. They're doing this thing called Beat the Premiership Footballer in a Goal, which will be fun. face painters, balloonists, dancing, disco balls, flamethrowers, all sorts of things. So you can actually buy tickets now. So if you head over to the Oasis Children Charity Instagram, there's a link there where you can buy tickets. So, and it's all obviously for an amazing cause. Every single penny goes to the charity. It's non-profit. So yeah. Anyway,
amazing.
Hopefully we see you there.
Yeah, see you there.
Okay, so I will chat to you when I get back from New York. Well, I'll send you pictures when I'm there anyway.
Oh, have the best time.
Thank you. Okay, bye
We'll
everyone.
see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Mwah.